Peace, family. I am Chi Vital, aka King Chi, and I am back with another tool for your toolkits. My light beams. How y'all doing? How's the Chi? Shouts out to the Cole College gang. How are y'all? So good to be back. It's been a few days. I hope you all enjoyed your time off and time with family. We are almost through this series of my planets, meeting your celestial family, where to place them, how to get them on your side, and getting to know them really, and the benefits of having them wherever they are in your chart and showing up in your lives. So I'll give you all just a moment. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clearly. I am not seeing the mic. So if you can hear me, press one in the chat. If you can see me clearly, press one in the chat. I just want to make sure that you all can see and hear me clearly. Because usually I get some feedback. Okay, cool. Thank you. My microphone check is not, the light is not moving. I don't know what's going on with that. That's different. It's all good. It's all good. How's everybody feeling? Welcome. As y'all jump in here, it's been a while. I'm still looking for everyone's assignments. I know not everyone's an artist, but I gave so many different means of artistry. I know I got some writers in here. I know I got some painters. I know I have some comedians. I know I have some designers, some dancers. So I am still waiting to see this artistic expression of how getting to know your celestial family has been influencing you and touching your life. Okay. I know that if you're doing this work and you having certain experiences, you should have more of an awareness, a mindfulness around those experiences and those different people that represent the celestial beings in your family. I'm really actually, you know what? I think it's so cool, right? While you're doing this, and I do give you some personalities, right? And some identification markers for how these different planets show up through people, okay, in your lives. It would be even more of a dope exercise to document in the group and in your journal um when you run into these people. Okay, so if you identified them as people in your physical family, great. Let me know if you start to come in contact more with those individuals as you're doing this work. And if not, what about in the street? This is how you know you're doing the work. Okay, if you're doing the work, the planets are going to speak directly back to you. Trust me, I know this. These are facts. So I want to get feedback from your real lives so that we don't have to live in this woo woo section of our imaginations when it comes to doing this work, and we can actually bring you down to earth and have a real good grasp on how to communicate with the planets, especially those of you, like all of us have some type of planetary thing that's going on that we may want to be better than it already is, and it might actually be problematic straight up. And if you realize that you're able to gain the respect of the planets to communicate in a way where you're seeing and you're hearing exactly what needs to be seen and heard from the specific planet, then you can change some stuff. I think that that's pretty dope. And I think that you're here because you think that's dope too. So don't forget to thumbs up this video, as I am going to share a little bit with you about meeting Jupiter. So tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll start with that, right? Thursday is governed by Jupiter. A lot of people get excited about Jupiter because it has a reputation for bringing good fortune and expansion. And for those of you who are on a spiritual path, bringing this spiritual or theological theological, either way. Y'all let me know if that's fine if I say either way. Okay. Be it, but this kind of knowledge and wisdom about the divine. Okay. Jupiter also goes by the name of Guru or Brihaspati. So I put the name Brihaspati in the description of the video, but it also goes by the name Guru. And just to be clear about Guru, because I did share with you all in the past that Venus is also considered a guru. So guru in itself as a word does mean teacher. However, guru, I hope you're writing this down. Guru, in the sense of Jupiter, is going to bring about the kind of teacher that is not just going to give you skills. All right. Jupiter's focus is more about bringing you through a process of learning that's going to lead to your enlightenment. So when I spoke of Guru in the sense of Venus, we spoke about practical application of knowledge, skills, talents. Guru in a sense of Jupiter, which might kind of deflate your balloon, right? Depending on what you aspire to in life. Guru in the sense of Jupiter is that long journey of consistent devotion to your enlightenment, to your self actualization, to your becoming one with the divine and having a certain seniority and superiority in your knowledge and understanding, therefore, a wise application of this information. Okay, so traditionally, um, Jupiter would be the planet of the Brahmins, Brahmins being known as your scholars. So if you wanted to compare the two, you can look at the difference between a scholar, okay, like one who really masters and becomes an expert and specializes in a certain level of knowledge, versus your mechanic who, or not to shut down some of y'all careers or whatever, right? But um someone who takes a certificate, right? A certificate course. They learn just enough so that they can start to promote it and make money off of it. They have enough knowledge to apply it, whether it's like a certification in herbalism. You know your basic herbs to make teas, tinctures, some basic healing properties, but your level of knowledge brings you a certain level of immediate wealth. But those of you who stay in the holistic realm of understanding and maybe decide to study Ayurvedic medicine and become a doctor in Ayurvedic medicine, now you can treat many different um, aspects of someone's healing at a level of spirit included. Okay, not just a physical quick fix, but something where you truly specialize in the information, and therefore you also will make more money and return on your knowledge and your wisdom. Okay, so we got to have both, because if we spend our entire lives going through this schooling process without having something practical, okay, then we may seem to miss out on the other things. And what is important to note is that if you have a positive placement of Jupiter in your chart, you will definitely reap the benefits of life's desires. Where we know we have some type of malefic placement of Jupiter, or Jupiter is debilitated, is where we have these really annoying delays in life's desires. And by life's desires, I mean things such as having a desire to go to school and finish, okay? Having a desire to get married. Very, very important because Jupiter is a significator of marriage and the husband. So, ladies, pay attention to your Jupiter, okay? Because Jupiter, when looking at charts for your husband, what your husband is going to look like, how you're going to meet your husband, Jupiter is going to tell you all about that. We'll get to it. Also, another life desire, according to Vedic astrology, and I'll say yeah, it's pretty much the desire for a lot of people in life. It's childbearing. So Jupiter is also going to tell you about your children and timing of childbirth and the ability to bear children. So if there's any delays in being able to give birth to your own children, that would be something that is being affected by Jupiter. So if you look at the picture that I chose for the community blast, Jupiter is this huge planet. It's the hugest, biggest planet in our solar system, okay, amongst the other planets. So its effect is very strong. All right, I've said a mouthful so far, so I'll just let it settle in because I have more to share with you. So welcome to those of you who are just jumping on here. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. And let me just shout out everyone who has showed up to class on time. Laughing Lauren, what's up with you? How you doing? Mystic TV, peace, Nikki, peace, Emerald J, Latrice Gang is in the building. Peace, Kira, peace, the dope goddess. Love to see you all here. All right. So I'm going to give you another piece, Jeremiah. Welcome, brother. I'm going to give you some more names of types of people that represent Jupiter in your life. Okay. So, Jupiter, I spoke about Guru. I want to expound on that as well. Guru of the Devas, Guru to the gods. This is the teacher who is going to be working with the gods, the teacher of the gods. It's a big deal, right? And while we have this concept or idea of the gods in the heavens, the heavenly beings, right? Remember what I said about you. When you're on your journey to realizing the God within yourself, you are thinking about who is that individual, who is that individual who tends to be on the older side, okay? Who has that kind of wisdom that can bring you through your development so that you can realize your own divinity. You can get in tune with and unlock and activate your God self. And that is where you have the full reins on your entire existence in this lifetime, is when that guru from inside is so clear that you are no longer seeking outside assistance. You have a direct line to the divine from within. And it takes a bit of work because we are surrounded by these beautiful distractions. So, so we have a priest, imam, rabbi. Okay. So, obviously, these pious or spiritual individuals. Other characteristics of Guru, BRIHASPATI or Jupiter, are the managers. So when we looked at your royal court, all right, and we have the king is the sun, the queen is the moon, the princess is Venus, we have the soldier is Mars, you have baby, it's Mercury. Jupiter is represented by like the royal consultant, the project manager, the king's confidant. Who does the king go to for strategy when it comes to the overall longevity and development of the kingdom? Jupiter. Jupiter is that advisor. Okay. Jupiter is in your family, in your household, would be man or woman, the individual that everybody goes to for advice. They're like, a lot of times it's like someone's auntie or grandmother, but like I said, it can be male or female. Identify for yourselves, who is that person? Like, you're going through something, you know that this is the one individual who tends to be older, right? The life experience does bring about wisdom. Without actual life experience, I mean, you can have some knowledge, you can have some downloads, some divine downloads, but really we want to lean on the wisdom of people who have actually lived some life. They have experience, they've been through it, they failed, they've become successful. You want to talk to them, okay? And you want to talk to the people who have lived life on like both sides of things, because if they are knowledgeable through experience, then they have better discernment, so that when you bring to them whatever issue you have going on, they definitely have the keys. That is Jupiter in your life. Okay? That is Jupiter in your life. So, one of the secrets in regards to Jupiter that I want to share with you all, just to be open up your perspective, right? Like Jupiter, I said has a reputation for good fortune and expansion. And we talk about guru and you learning from this person, learning at the foot of this person to become an expert. Okay. On the flip side of that, because there's always both sides to the coin, you can have a Jupiter where your guru and who you're attracted to can end up teaching you wrong things. So it's not always just about God in the sense of, because this is Jupiter and your guru in your life, is that God is this pure entity that you're going towards, right? What if you don't even believe in God, but you still have Jupiter? It's still part of your experience. But your guru can teach you how to be an expert at stealing stuff. Your guru can be someone who's an expert at being a murderer. So you can be attracted to individuals who have that level of expertise and understanding to go on the other side of things. And that would be represented in your chart by having a malefic Jupiter. Okay. Another side effect of having a debilitated Jupiter would be total like no desire to learn. You don't feel like learning anything. So you're lazy about learning in life. Your curiosity is just short, you're very apathetic about any and everything. All right. So that's the other side of it as well. Because Jupiter seeks knowledge. A Jupiterian individual wants to know. They really, really want to know. And sometimes, like we know, Sagittarius, right? It's not only is it does they're naturally on the good side, they're optimistic, but sometimes because they want to know, they also have this idea that they already know. And because they already know and they are so locked into whatever philosophy that they have opened themselves up to, they may shut themselves out from another perspective that can help unlock some type of blockages that they may be having in receiving one of their life's desires. So let me break that down. Okay. Let's say in my Jupiterian aspect, I have an idea and a philosophy around how I just know this is a big topic for a lot of people. How marriage is supposed to occur. Okay. Really locked into certain qualities in the way things are supposed to be. I'm like gender roles all the way. Men do this, women do that. And like I'm living my whole life. And you know, like that meme where you're a skeleton sitting on the bench waiting for the love of your life? It's like delayed times 1,000 because my philosophy is locked into this one way, but I'm not able to have clear thought to be able to see my life really how it is showing up. So I can't see that my own personality, I might be more qualified to exhibit some of the masculine gender roles that I have in my philosophy. And I keep attracting men who may fit a better role of the feminine gender roles in my philosophy. And if I could find peace with that, right? If I could become practical in my understanding of that, right? There's this balance of like Venus coming in, right? And then Mercury, practicality, like makes sense. Then I may be able to cut my delays in having that partnership that I desire if I have some flexibility around the theory, okay, the philosophy of how relationships are supposed to go. So some people's idea of I already know, that is Jupiter, because Jupiter is the scholar, right? Jupiter is uh really locks into wanting to go all the way through with this one thing. And for you to say, hey, I know that you've been following this thing this whole time. You see that arrow, right? The archer, Sagittarius, Jupiter going in this one direction. But I just want to shift your angle a little bit so that you actually hit your target. That sometimes can be very difficult. Okay? That can be very difficult. So I want y'all to understand that while Jupiter's really optimistic and wonderful, that it's a huge planet, as has a huge influence on all the planets. And so sometimes to get it to go a little bit in the other direction can be tedious. All right. However, in the heart of Jupiter, Jupiter wants you to have all the good things in life. And because Jupiter wants you to have all the good things in life, if it happens to be in a house where the bad kids are, right? There's other planets there that could cause you a lot of anguish. It's energy that it would be utilizing to give you the things that you desire is going to be used to keep some of those negative effects from getting out of hand. And so that benefic energy of wanting to give you gifts and good fortune is going to be a little neutralized. All right. Just think of, that grandma that, if your bad cousin wasn't over there, she would be making your favorite cookies right now. But because your bad cousin is over there, she got to have one hand on the cousin. And now all you could do is watch your favorite show. I know your belly is hungry, but this is what she got for you. Good picture? You get it? You see what I'm saying? All right. So, for those of you who want to, and I encourage you to, work on strengthening the positive aspects of Jupiter in your lives, okay, I'm going to give you 2 mantras that I want you to start working on for your practice. Yellow is the color associated with Jupiter. All right. Also, so yellow clothing, yellow flowers. Okay. Also, the time that is best for chanting Jupiter's mantra is between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Given the fact that I said, think of you're a very spiritual individual, those hours are the time. There's a opening, a portal time of very divine beings. It's like an opening to the heavens to be able to connect. So between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m., chanting to Jupiter is most beneficial. Okay? So I will give you the Bija mantras to do that. It's 108 times each. I have it in the description below. And I'm just going to pronounce it for you. While I type in the mantras for you, you can type any questions you might have for me, and I will get to them right away. For this assignment, you don't have a particular, I'm not giving y'all a direction that you have to sit in. Note that you can always sit facing the north or northeast for all of your work unless otherwise instructed. All right. Right. BRIM, BRIHASPATI, NAMAHA. Okay. All right, all right, all right. 1 second, y'all. All right. For those of you who asked about direction, I say east. If you have your ulcers facing north or northeast, you're fine. Okay. All right. So you have Om Gram Greem Graum Saha Gurave Namaha. Om Gram Greem Graum Saha Gurave Namaha. Om Gram Greem Graum Saha GURAVE NAMAHA. Om BRIM BRIHASPATI NAMAHA. Om BRIM BRIHASPATI NAMAHA. Om BRIM BRIHASPATI NAMAHA. 108 times. It shouldn't take you more than 20-25 minutes to do that. Lastly, so all of the things that I already noted would help you um, as far as childbearing. Jupiter will help you with that. Um, Marriage, if you're having delays in marriage and finding a good husband, particularly for the ladies, but marriage in general as a life desire, that will help you. Jupiter also helps in removing fear, increasing your confidence, and clearing your thinking. So if there's confusion going on and you need to think clearly, remember Jupiter is specifically interested in your learning, okay, and higher learning. So you want to concentrate. So if you need to concentrate, you can hit that Jupiter mantra. Anything competitive with business and money, like loans, you want to get approved for loans. You want to clear your debts and get like money just showing up. Okay. You want your business to do better amongst your competitors. Jupiter is good for that. Okay. It's really, really good for business in that aspect. So hit the mantras for that. Um, Anything else I wanted to share in regards to that? Um, yes, 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 yes. One last thing. There's so much more, but I think that this is really important for you to have. Okay. Jupiter is related to the liver, gallbladder, processing of fats, but also Jupiter is responsible for how you process things in your true mind. And when I say your true mind, I mean your heart. Okay? So Jupiter is important in regards to the circulation around the heart. And I like that Mystic TV brought back Full Circle Royal Advisor. All right? Because I've taught in the past that the heart is where the president resides. That's where the king resides. That is the throne of God. So imagine that if Jupiter is going to govern over the circulation around the heart where the blood comes in and goes. Okay? Um, that's the manager. And the reason why the heart is the true mind is because everything that we experience here and we take with us moving forward are going to be the things that hit the heart. Jupiter is not dealing with just a mental mind. When we truly understand something and we reach the level of wisdom, that discernment, that higher knowledge comes from the heart. Okay? So it's important that you understand that when working with Jupiter, get out of your head. That fear and that confusion and all that a lot of times happens because you're in the head. But chanting this mantra, these bija sounds, is going to bring you to the higher learning of the heart mind, which is the true mind that never forgets. It is not what happens to us in our memory here that carries on with us. It is what really is felt in the heart. Our happiness, our upsets, our disappointments, our successes, failures, that really count and leave a mark is going to mark the heart. And it is the heart that is not going to let this mind forget. Okay? So thank you all so much for being here with me. I hope you go to bed early enough so that you can hit your Guru mantras, Jupiter mantras, Brihaspati, all the same things between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. your time, wherever you are. Peace, love, and bliss. I'll catch up with you all soon. Much love.